everyone, it's Energy. I know I had a few things that I wanted to talk to you guys about. However, today is a bit of an impromptu. Um, the universe, spirit, my guides, they're asking me to just talk to you guys. And I guess I'm not quite sure yet in what way they want me to do this, but here I am. So we're here at the wake again in the cemetery. Y'all gonna have to get used to that. I just love the cemetery. But I guess what they want me to talk to you about is, well, okay, there was this word that they put on in my head actually yesterday, and I wasn't quite sure why they gave me the word, and that word is clemency. It's not a word that I use every day. It's not a word that I use at all. Like when I first thought about the word, I'm like, you mean like clementines? But I guess not. So I looked up the word clemency, and let me get this here for you so that we all can look at the definition. The definition of clemency, there's multiple, but the first one is disposition, to be merciful and especially to moderate the severity of punishment due. Now, I'll put up the other ones, but that is the first definition of clemency. And so when I first saw it yesterday, because I woke up at like 4:32 in the morning, and I went to just kind of like use the bathroom, do my thing, and then try to go back to sleep. But as I was there, I just kept hearing clemency, clemency, clemency. And I'm like, the thing with the universe and spirit and your guides and your ancestors, like, if they want you to know something, they will not stop. And sometimes, if you're clairaudient, you'll just keep hearing it. It'll either be in a song or it'll be a phrase from a movie, and they'll want you to watch the movie all over again so that by the time you get to the phrase, you'll get why they're trying to tell you what they're trying to tell you. Or they'll just put a word or a phrase, may not be from anywhere, but they'll sit it there, and until you heed it, they will keep saying it. And so if you don't want to be annoyed, look it up. Do it. See what it is that they're trying to tell you about. So yesterday, I was up early, and I've just been having this nudge to just be ready for something, even if you're not fully ready, because it's a surprise, right? Still get ready in these ways so that even when the surprise happens, you're still technically ready, and all the things that you would still have to get ready would be minute, right? As opposed to just not being ready at all. I'm a Virgo. I don't like surprises. But if I expect something's coming and then there's a little hint of surprise, all right, I'm not gonna freak out. You know what I mean? I gotta plan shit. But that's what I've just been feeling. And so when the word clemency came up, I was like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Right? Have mercy on what? On people? Fuck people. At this moment, that's how I was feeling yesterday, and sometimes today. But then all throughout yesterday, I was kind of doom scrolling and feeling multiple different things. One thing that I guess I'll talk about here as well too, because it's kind of been weighing heavy on me, is the Oh, okay, I get it. All right. Um, so some of the things that have been weighing heavy on me is we're in a new age, right? And a lot of people are saying that. However, we all have different perspectives of the new age that we're in. And so, if you're on social media, Instagram, TikTok, all those things, whatever, you know that one of the things that's happening is there's this huge spiritual movement, not just in the universe, but we're talking about just people in general, either coming online, finding themselves, healing themselves, from just whatever, viruses. And when I say viruses, I don't mean actual bacteria. I mean metaphysical bacteria, right? Metaphysical backup, right? Like your drains aren't working. Your filters aren't working the way that they can, right? They're not filtering as efficiently, right? And so a lot of people are now noticing, oh shit, I have a problem. I have a backed up spiritual toilet, or I have a backed up drain, or whatever analogy you want to put on it. This is the way that I explain it. Just pick what fits for you. But so many people are coming online now that yes, it's a wonderful thing. But at the same time, and this is just my experience in just the way that these devices and these, you hear the ducks. It's definitely one of my mothers. The way that these devices are assisting, because I don't even want to use the word helping, but they're assisting individuals in this transition. I don't like it. I don't like it, not anymore. And the reason why I say this is because before I started doing my YouTube page, I was putting this on my Instagram page. And unfortunately, whatever. I have more monitoring spirits than people who actually support, or at least are vocal about their support. Again, you can't see who's saving your posts, or who's, like, even if they're not saving your posts, people who have iPhones, they can screen record. So you don't know who's screen recording your freaking stuff and be like, oh yeah, I got that, but I'll be damned if I'm gonna fucking support for whatever, right? Whatever. People have their own vices. I'm bajillions of souls on this planet, on the physical realm and in the energetic realm. But on the physical realm, bajillions of souls. Bajillions of souls. There's many different flavors and many different voices to choose from. You got me? So, hey, that's where we are. But for some reason, it didn't fit. And then, you follow certain people and your algorithm turns a certain type of way. And yesterday I just sat there and I said, yo, you know what's really pissing me off? And I guess this is where Spirit wants me to go. So we're just going to go where the wind takes us. Oh, yeah. So we're going to go where the wind takes us with this. What really pisses me off, what really grinds my potatoes is, okay, astrologically, there are different transits happening with the planet, right? There are different things happening, which happen every year, every few years, what have you. I know a lot of us was talking about the fear-mongering that's happening in the news, but now that's bled over into the spiritual society. I don't know why I said that, but let's go with that. Spiritual society, the spiritual community. Why is it now that every time, there is a new transit or an eclipse that happens, because eclipses happen in September all the fucking time. You know what I mean? They happen all the time, period. It's not like Jesus coming back and, twerking on one of the McDonald's signs in Grand Central. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's not that. It's not that. Right? Why are you making us so fearful? And so for a second I was sitting there, because obviously, like, if you have been following us Virgos, we've been going through a lot of transitions. We've been going through a lot of different character development. I said it before, my big three is I'm a Virgo sun, Pisces moon, Libra rising. And so if you have been following astrology, those signs have been coming up the most, that have been dealing with a lot of shit, a lot of changes, a lot of upheaval, a lot of, hashing through their dirty laundry or what have you. Right? If you've been keeping up with the Joneses, those signs have been going through it. Right? And so, yes, I have been having those moments and I've been hashing through all those things and, allowing my energetic body to puke up and purge whatever is just never been serving us in the first place. Right? I have been doing the work, and I will say I'm tired. I am tired. But it happens. When you're doing work, you get tired. But what I don't appreciate, and what I'm not a fan of anymore, I'm not subscribing to this anymore. And if you guys feel the same way, great, jump on board. If not, you have free will. Do what you want to do. Like, I'm not going to tell you, subscribe to me if you don't want to subscribe to me. I'm not going to tell you. Y'all do whatever the hell y'all want to do. You know what I mean? It will be appreciated, of course, but if this video is the only message that you need from me at this time, shit, that's fine. Take what you need and leave what you don't. Right? But what I'm realizing is, like, that shit is hella irritating. And let me tell you why. Because for so long, we have been fighting against, let's say, the news fear-mongering us with, the Kentucky Fried Chicken, virus. And I don't know where that came from, but I think I'm going to use it right now on the Kentucky Fried Chicken virus. The KFC virus. The political movements, changes, all these things, climate change, all this shit, right? They've just been, like, fear-mongering us this whole fucking time and making us so afraid. And then now when it comes into spirituality, because so many people are like, you know what, I don't want religion, I don't want this, I don't want that. I'm moving to something that makes me feel better and has a better way of having me understand me, right? And why I'm going through what I'm going through and how I can fix what I need to fix while going to therapy, while seeing a life coach, while whatever it may be, right? Whatever it may be, right? And so now a lot of people are moving over to spirituality. And we're not going to talk about the fad spirituality, because that shit pisses me off, right? But we're moving over to spirituality, and now everybody's just, like, being afraid of the planet doing their natural thing. Movement. Why? Why are we afraid of this? Why are we allowing other people to put their fears inside of us? Have we ever stopped to think, okay, some of these YouTubers or some of these Instagram quote unquote influencers, because influence is the correct word, because they're influencing you with their own limiting beliefs, and then putting a bow around it afterwards and saying, if you do the work, you'll be like me. I don't know you. I only know this side of you, and this side doesn't seem to be real. And it becomes frustrating. Now, like I said before, I'm a millennial. You know, I'm about to be in my mid-30s, whatever, right? But I'm a millennial. And I remember when I first started my spiritual journey, it was around 2010. I was like 20, right? It was 2010. And, you know, I just started getting into my spirituality. You know, my family is, you know, I mean, they're religious for the most part. But it's like, it's a mixture. But it's religion. It's not spirituality. You get me? And, you know, I decided to do something completely different. And at that time, I was solely being introduced to Wicca. But that's besides the point. The point is, I remember during that time, it was the community was quote unquote small. And so you still would have people who would talk about astrology. You still have people who would talk about tarot. You still have people, like, it wasn't as much as it is now. Now it's like overkill, right? And when I'm saying this is not me saying I don't like tarot, I don't like astrology. I love that shit. I love that shit. I've loved that shit since I was a little kid. Like, I should have just known then. But I love that shit since I was like a little kid. I gravitated to it. I understood it. It made sense to me. It made sense to me. You know what I mean? I do tarot. I all these different things, right? However, back then it was different. But then again, 2010 was a different time. 2018 was a different time. 2008 was a whole different time. Shit, when YouTube first started in 2005, it was a whole different time. And it was beautiful. It was weird. But it was still beautiful. But right now, for some reason, I'm like, well, let me think about this. And some of the things that came to my mind, as I've been thinking about this for years, right? But even more heavily this year. And this is the reason why I went back to YouTube. I went back to YouTube because I'm not saying YouTube doesn't have their things. They do. I've gotten so tired of seeing tarot readings. At the end of the day, I'm just like, girl, all right. Okay. All right. I get it. All right. Please stop. Right? And it may work for other people, and sometimes it works for me. You just got to figure out whose message is for you. Right? But that's besides the point. I went back to YouTube because I said, you know what? It's different. The way the algorithm works is different for me, at least for me. But I've just gotten so frustrated with the whole thing. And I sat there and I said, okay, everybody's talking about, like, I remember when, like, TikTok started to kind of, like, gain a lot of heat and, like, become what it is now, or at least close to it. And I want to say that was around the Kentucky virus. Right? I hope you know what I'm talking about, because I don't even know if there was actual virus in Kentucky, but put two and two together. You guys are smart, right? You guys are smart. I trust you guys. That's when everybody was using it, right? And this is when, like, all the things about certain healthy eating and 5D consciousness, right? And when I'm saying this, I'm not saying that I don't believe in 5D consciousness. I know it's real. I know it's real. Every day. It's just now we have a title for it, right? That sticks. A title that sticks. However, there was a moment where everybody was talking about the switch between leaving the Matrix and going into 5D consciousness or God consciousness, whatever you want to call it. And I sat there and I believe it But I'm looking back on it today and I said, okay, they're not wrong. But have we ever thought about maybe the Matrix alters itself? You may be like, energy, what do you fucking mean? I mean what I mean. The Matrix morphs itself. The Matrix is an algorithm. It's a life algorithm, right? Whatever you pay attention to, whatever you like, whatever you gravitate to, whatever floats your boat, right? That you give all your energetic money to, which is your time, your emotions, your eye frequency, right? That creates your algorithm. Hence, when they say, speak life into yourself, right? When you're having bouts of negative self-talk, right? Negative thoughts, you want to speak life into yourself. Constantly saying negative things about yourself creates more opportunities for you to show those negative attributes you so speak about. Then you have people saying, I don't understand why bad things keep happening to me. Da, 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 da. Because you keep speaking it into existence. You don't understand the power of your voice. You don't understand the power of what you give your energetic money to, which is your time, like I said, right? So the Matrix is constantly altering itself. So now you are saying, I'm following spirituality, I don't understand why things aren't working, is because you're following people who don't follow themselves. Meaning, they're spouting this toxic positivity, this egoic spirituality, right? And when we say ego, I don't want to get you guys thinking that the ego is bad. Keep in mind, there's duality. The ego has double purpose. It's like God and the devil. They're the same person. Fight me on that if you want. It's the same person. What's the real gem there? I can't think of the word, but we'll use gem. The real gem there is your perspective, your initiative to take ownership of what's happening, or what traits that are basically outdated, right, in you and your bloodline, and it's up to you to switch it. But you have free will. You can say, you know what, this isn't working for me, I'm going to switch it, let's do something different. Once you make that change and you accept your shadow part, right, or in this case we're saying the ego, right, in its shadow form, right? Once you accept it, but choose to make a change, then that's where the shift happens. The paradigm shifts, right? The narrative shifts. Something as simple as that. And sometimes it could just be minute. As you choosing not to go somewhere this day, or choosing not to entertain certain things, or what have you, right? So those changes help shape your reality. Those changes help shape whether you step out of the matrix or not. Those changes help you what's the word I'm looking for? Those changes help you step out of the matrix. So I hope that made sense. If not, well, I'll make another video about that, because right now there's a bunch to talk about. And so yesterday I had that feeling, and I was like, why am I so frustrated? Why does it feel like I'm trusting somebody else's thoughts and viewpoints instead of my own? I know my energy. These people don't know me. Hell, most of my family don't know me. Am I gonna take their word for it? If you know you're doing the work, and these transits happen every single fucking year, but this year you're like, oh, I'm doing it differently, then of course you're gonna have different results. Insanity is keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results. No, you keep triggering the issue. You know that when you push this button, X, Y, and Z happens or don't happen. That's the same thing. And so I was thinking about it, and I was just like, yo, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I really want off. Like, you can't, when you put the glasses on, you can't take them off. You can't take them off. After you've seen what you've seen, you can't unsee it. Anything other than that would be choosing insanity over your self-purification, self-renewal. You get me? So then some things at home happen, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go on a cleaning spree of whatever I could clean at that moment. And a few other things happen, and then today I wake up and some more things happen, and I know I'm leaving some stuff out because that's my privacy. Maybe I'll get to another place, maybe I won't, who knows. But then I had to step out, and that's why I'm here today outside. And on the walk to the pond in the cemetery, I kept hearing the word again, clemency, clemency. And I thought about it, and I said, what do you want me to know about this? Like, what are you trying to tell me? Is it clemency for other people? Is it mercy for other people? Because I'm about done with that. See, the thing about empaths, we know, we always know, right? We feel it even before we see it. But the thing is, sometimes you just feel like, only speaking for some people, if it doesn't resonate with you, fine, right? But sometimes you just, like, you don't want to care about people. You don't want to still give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, you don't want to, especially if they're not doing it for you. Especially if they're not doing it for you. Right? But then I'm like, okay, well, what do we mean by clemency? Like, what are we getting at here? And sometimes it's not mercy for other people. Sometimes it's just mercy for yourself. Leniency for yourself. And that means realizing when you've met your limit. Realizing when, no matter what you do, you can't help somebody that don't want to be helped. And it's okay. It's okay to choose yourself. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to want things to change. It's okay to make changes. It's okay. And I get it. Like, I used to be a person, because, this is what I've been taught, before I started teaching myself. But changes were bad. Changes were scary. Changes created, again, like I just said, like, I don't like surprises, but again, I'll leave room for surprises. I know I said that earlier, but you still leave some room for a surprise, which is changes. Going with the flow, going where the wind takes you. Being Pocahontas for a moment, regardless of history. We're just talking about the Disney movie. Like, let's not start that debate. Please, not here. I won't allow it. But allowing it. And then I understood why I have the energy that I have. Why I have the mixture of earth, water, and air. Though I have my stability from the earth element, I also have the flowy nature of water and wind to help balance out that rigidness, right? Still working on it here and there, but nonetheless, we've gotten much better. We've gotten better. I don't know if you guys ever seen Monty Python. There's a part where he's like, I feel better. I feel happy. I'll go for a walk, and then they knock him out. Okay, whatever. Some of you get that, some of you don't. That's fine. I don't expect everybody to have the same humor as me. Anywho. But that's what that is. Like, clemency for yourself. At most. At least. At best. And doing that allows you to shift the narrative, to change the paradigm, to change the pattern that keeps happening within your bloodline, to what have you, right? Insert what you need there, right? And so it's okay while having these moments to be frustrated, to be upset, to cry, to scream, you have to let the energy out. Otherwise, it's still just going to be there. Otherwise, you're just bringing it up to swallow it back down. If you got to vomit. Stop trying to swallow that shit back down. Like, you're just hurting yourself. Again, over and over and over. Right? And don't start trying to make yourself purge something that's not ready to be purged. There's that other side of that as well too. If something's not ready to be purged, don't purge it. It knows when it wants, that energy knows when it wants to be released, when it can be released. It'll let you know. It'll come to the top and you'll know when it's at the top. And you can release it. So clemency. Having mercy for yourself. Having mercy for others. Right? That's not saying to let them off the hook. Take note, that bitch. Take note. Take note. Take note of those nice, nasty people. And if you don't know what nice, nasty is, I'll probably explain it in another thing. But take note of those nice, nasty people. Those people that act all nice in your face, but they real fucking nasty. They're real nasty. Smile in your face, tell you they love you, tell you that you're amazing, tell you all the things that they think that you want to hear because they've sized up your character, looked at you and your softness and thought, she's stupid. She's stupid. I could pull 5 things off of her. Nah, bitch, you can't. You can't, you won't, I shan't allow you to. Right? Nice, nasty. All the while making you feel like they're such a beautiful person, a wonderful person, and really they're just the most nastiest creature out there, just slimy and fucking nasty. Yeah, nasty. As Raven Simone would say, nasty. So clemency. Right? First things first, have mercy for yourself. Have leniency for yourself. It's okay. You tried to do a good thing. It's okay. You took initiative because you wanted to change. You wanted something to change. It's okay. Don't let other people make you feel that the choices that you decided to do were wrong, because maybe it's wrong for them, but it's not wrong for you. They don't know what your guides and your guidances and your path looks like. They don't know that. And don't let them try to choose it for you, because they're not living your life. And if they're trying to switch shit, maybe they're trying to switch destinies. You gotta watch out for them bitches too. You know what I mean? But it's okay. Don't let people project onto you. And that's what these influencers, social influencers, these bugs to the system, right? Don't let them make you feel like their word is bond. Their word ain't bond. It's not. You know your line. You know what needs to be fixed. And I talk about bloodlines a lot because this it's heavy. It's heavy. When it comes to energy healing, that shit runs deep in your blood, in your bones. So, they don't know what your bloodline has been through. They don't know that. They don't know you. You know you. You know you best. You know what you need. You know what's wrong or what's not wrong. You know what needs to be fixed. You know what you can tolerate and what you can't, or what you want to. You know you. And if your soul, your guides, your archangels, your Orisha, whatever you subscribe to, if they're telling you, listen, I'm sitting you down because we need this to change for our bloodline to finally be back to a healthy state so we can rebuild again. And that's the thing for us people of color, our bloodlines really need us to start rebuilding. Like, we can't keep dancing on that trauma wave. Like, that's where all our shit is coming from, because we keep dancing on the trauma wave. They're not telling us not to dance. Choose somewhere else to dance. Choose a different dance. Because this dance that we've been dancing has been making our feet bloody, and not in a way that's actually conducive for us to lift ourselves again. Choose a different dance. Choose a different song. It could still have the same 4 count, but there's some other things in there that is more conducive for our healing. Right? Collectively. You know, collectively as a blood entity. That's what I'm hearing, so I'm going to say it like that. That's how they want me to put it. Right? But clemency. Have mercy for yourself. Have mercy for those, for they do not know. I don't know, that's what I heard. For they do not know what they do. I like to say, you know what you're doing. You're just choosing to pretend like you don't know, but that's another story for another day. But have mercy for them, and then you choose different. It's okay to cut off family members that no longer, not even no longer, that never supported you. I watched this other YouTuber named Minx Diva. She's great. If you want to know about angel numbers, definitely look at her videos. I might like put one of her videos in my, like, at the bottom so that you guys can check her out. But she's great for angel numbers. But she said something. She said, you know, don't stop doing what, I'm paraphrasing, so forgive me. But like what I understood what she told me in one of these videos, you know, don't stop doing what you want to do. If the universe is telling you to make your products, to sell your stuff, to, you know, whatever it is that you do, right? Because this is the age of the creators, right? And we can get in that in another time. The age of the creators. There's duality to that as well too. There's duality to that too. Please keep that in mind. Though this is the age of the creators, and you know, we are looking at, you know, creating new things, there's duality to everything. Whether you, that's how I see it. It's duality to everything. The light and the dark to everything. And there's also an in between, but we get on that another time. But this is the age of the creators. Don't. Sometimes you're not going to be able to lean on your family or your friends to be your clientele, to support you. Maybe their role is just to be your friends or frenemies at that, so you can understand another lesson, because there's a lesson in everything, right? Good and bad. But don't let them stop you. Don't let them stop you. You know, there's a line in the movie In the Heights where it goes, "This is where you surpass me. It's not because you're better than me or you're going to a better school. It's because you see a future that I can't." And sometimes you have to find or allow the people to find you that see that and want to support that. And sometimes that road is going to look lonely. Sometimes the people don't have the capacity to see as far as you, to feel as far as you, to love as hard as you, because they weren't taught. And then sometimes, you know, sometimes you're not going to be able to teach them. That's not for your hands to touch. We'll talk on that another time. However, clemency. Clemency, right? So I hope this shed some light on whoever needed it. I hope that you guys got whatever messages that you needed, if any, or even if you just wanted to hear me ramble, that's cool too. You can be here for that. I love to ramble. I talk a lot. There was a time that I actually was quiet for almost 2 years. We could talk about, if you guys are interested about that, whenever you see this video, because it's timeless. We could definitely talk about the time that I was silent. That was in junior high school, actually. It's a big thing being a person who is super talkative. And I just clicked me, actually. It wasn't just that time that I was in junior high school. Actually, you could be silent without actually talking. Somebody takes your voice away or your ability to speak. You're silent, right? But we'll get on that. We got a lot of videos planned. But I hope I was able to shed some light on a few things as we are making our way out of the cemetery. And I'm looking forward to having more of these conversations with you guys. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I know it was a lengthy video, but if you guys like lengthy videos, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna. I take that apology back. I'm not sorry for this lengthy video. I love when there's lengthy videos, especially when there's like hearty content in it. Everything is so short nowadays. Everything is so impersonal, whatever, however the fuck you say it, you know what I mean? Everything is so, like, why? Like, what happened to those long videos with substance that helps people? I'm not able to get everything that I need in a minute. And sometimes you are, but for a person who loves details, if you love details too, the big picture and details, right? Stay around, because we gonna talk about that shit. Right? But no, so this is a great video, as I'm seeing 444 on the timer and 1212 on the clock. Beautiful, right? I hope I was able to help you in whatever way possible. I'm not even going to put a label on what I tried to help with or whatever. If it helped, great. If it was entertainment, that still helped. That still helps. So, love you guys. Thank you. And I'll see you in our next video. Stay energetic on this wave. Bye.